Jaws. It was the first blockbuster.
Magical. The perfect place to work, fall in love, and to find lifelong friends.
What the hell happened? Wednesday happened.
Bravo!
Hello. From a brand new documentary celebrating 50 years of Jaws to the final season of the beloved Spanglish hotel drama Acapulco and the highly anticipated return of the Emmy-winning Wednesday, welcome to our summer roundup of must-watch TV series and films. And I'm joined by our resident TV critic, Dheepthika Laurent, who's here to guide us through it all. Let's dive in then with a documentary marking half a century of Steven Spielberg's Jaws.
Yeah, believe it or not, it's been 50 years since Spielberg's film Jaws was released. It's largely considered one of the first real blockbuster films as well, even made his career. And it also set a standard for a new crop of filmmakers who followed in his footsteps. Now, a new documentary called Jaws at 50 takes us behind the scenes of the making of that film. The documentary film is out on Disney Plus this month, and it's directed by French-American documentary maker Laurent Bouzereau, who made the 1995 Jaws at 20 commemoration documentary. He's also worked really closely with Spielberg on the making of documentary films of all of his other films as well. This film by Laurent Bouzereau is really interesting. It looks at the political parallels between society and the film at the time. You know, you had the Vietnam War and the Watergate scandal and this deep public mistrust towards authorities that you see in the film as well. You also see Steven Spielberg speaking very frankly about suffering from what he realized now is PTSD after the filming of Jaws, and even for some years afterwards. He was a very young director at the time, and the pressure was huge on him to get Jaws done.
Well, you chatted to the director, Laurent Bouzereau. He told you that in his film, he wanted to convey just how challenging making Jaws was.
Is there anything that you've never said about Jaws?
It's very much the human angle of you know, trying to do something against the odds, and has a universal theme of never giving up.
The film was 100 days behind schedule, and 80% of the time the shark didn't work. And when the film wrapped, I had a full-blown panic attack.
I think it's very interesting to look at the making of Jaws, where you have Steven and his team trying to make this shark work, and the shark is the enemy. And it's reflected, it's a mirror of what the story is, where those three men are trying to destroy the shark. So on each side of the camera, you have this drama playing out and this very human experience. And of course, all of those obstacles are feeding the spirit of what the story is all about.
I don't think there's any film that's marked me as much as that film, Jaws. I still think about it every time I go in the sea. What's this like to watch?
Well, it's a really fun watch. You learn a lot about the making of Jaws. There are moments of levity. There are moments that are very deep as well, especially when Spielberg talks about his PTSD. The documentary is also really reinforced with this slew of celebrities: Emily Blunt, Jordan Peele, Guillermo del Toro, J.J. Abrams, Steven Soderbergh, Quentin Tarantino, all of whom participate in the documentary, professing their admiration for the film and also explaining how it impacted their own respective careers. And you learn a lot about the technical aspect, the shooting at the sea, this engineering of the mechanical shark. You realize how unprecedented it was for cinema at the time and how much cinema was sort of defined by the making of Jaws. It'll definitely give you a desire to watch the film, for sure.
Okay, I can't wait. Next then, the Emmy nominations are out, the Emmys being the biggest awards in television, and this year brings a mix of familiar faces and exciting newcomers to the spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely. Apple TV Plus's Severance, Season 2 of Severance, and The Studio leading with 27 and 23 nominations respectively, including Best Actor and Actress nominations for Adam Scott and Patricia Arquette for that second season of Severance. Kathy Bates became the oldest nominee for the lead drama actress category category from Matlock. Adolescence, of course, we talked a lot about it on Arts 24 Eve, nominated for Best Limited Series and a very deserved, in my opinion, Best Actor nomination for Stephen Graham. And Owen Cooper for Best Supporting Actor, the young actor who plays that young boy. He's actually the youngest ever Emmy nominee at the age of 15. Other shows that are noteworthy, Nobody Wants This, a romantic comedy. I've actually started rewatching this because I really loved it, between Kristen Bell's free-spirited Joanne and Adam Brody's charming Rabbi Noah. There's a season 2 of that Netflix show on the way. And finally, The Pit, a medical drama that's been hailed as one of the most realistic medical dramas ever. It stars Noah Wyle, who is nominated in the Best Drama Actor category. Maybe he can break his curse of having been nominated 5 times for Emmys during his stint on ER and never winning.
Okay, well, the Emmys are shaping up to deliver some real surprises. The ceremony takes place on September the 15th, and we'll be keeping you up to date on that. Dheepthika, next, you're taking us through your top summer series picks, and you're starting with a fan favourite on Apple TV+. The bilingual comedy drama Acapulco is back for its 4th and final season.
Yeah, it's a lovely kind of comedy drama. As you said, Acapulco is a Spanglish, so Spanish-English comedy that's set in the past and the present. In the past, it's 1980s Mexico, and it follows the adventures of Maximo Gallardo, a young man whose dream of working for this luxury resort called Las Colinas in Acapulco comes true. In the present day, Maximo is trying to restore the hotel to its former glory. Take a look.
It was 1986. And it had been 3 weeks since I had been promoted to head of operations.
There he is, the H.O., the ho. And as his assistant, that makes me the A-ho.
Máximo, I'm glad you're here. Las Colinas was knocked off the top spot on the best hotels in Acapulco.
Alma del Mar is #1?
We need to go there and figure out how this hotel took the #1 spot.
Wait, what is he doing here?
Máximo, is there something I can help you with?
What a twist!
It certainly looks like a good summer watch, light-hearted and fun. And how does season 4 fare?
Well, we talk on this show a lot about hard-hitting TV drama. This is pure entertainment, and I think sometimes you really need it. There's no message to be taken from it. It's just really fun to watch, as you said. It reminds me a little bit of Jane the Virgin. It's bilingualism, the culture clashes, the over-the-top drama. This one focuses, which is nice, more on the staff at Las Colinas than its rich guests. And it's got a lot of endearing characters, and a lot of their stories get fleshed out in this season, which is nice. It's not groundbreaking or hard-hitting. It's fun. It's telenovela.
We need that. We need that sometimes.
We desperately need it. It's got a bit of everything. It's got romance and betrayal and loyalty and rivalries. The perfect binge watch.
And Disney Plus has a big show, Black Panther spin-off called Eyes of Wakanda, and that's out in August.
Yeah, it's an animated 4-part series delving into the history of Wakanda and its warriors. So basically the warriors must travel to the world to retrieve this stolen metal called vibranium, each episode taking place at a different time period.
Okay, well, that looks interesting. Let's take a look.
Wakanda is a kingdom of many secrets.
So, Eva, the first episode of the series premiered at Annecy's Animation Festival, which took place back in June. And actually, the director, Todd Harris, was there. He's previously worked as a story artist on Black Panther and Wakanda Forever, the Marvel films. He presented the first episode and he really talked about, the show being animated in this graphic 3D style by Axis Animation Studio. He explained that it's got nods to the original film, but he was also keen to emphasize it's a totally different project altogether.
Okay, and finally from you then, fans of Netflix, Wednesday won't have to wait much longer because the second season is out this August.
Well, we spoke about the Emmys just a moment ago. This is an Emmy Award-winning TV series. It's a spin-off of The Addams Family, focused on Wednesday, played by Jenny Ortega, you see there. Tim Burton directed and executive produced some episodes for the first season. He's back in the director's chair this season as well. And a lot has changed for this character Wednesday in season 2. In season 1, she arrived at Nevermore Academy and she was kind of a oddball. She was an outcast. And by the end of the first season, her social status had sort of skyrocketed. This new season will plunge her into a new supernatural mystery. It'll also introduce new characters from the Addams Family: Morticia, Gomez, Pugsley. The trailer also teasing a potential threat to her new friend Enid. And of course, Lady Gaga will start adding some major star power to this new season. Worth noting, one thing has changed since the first season. The actress Jenny Ortega has become one of the most in-demand actresses in Hollywood. She's joining the cast of a new Taika Waititi film, and also starred, of course, in Tim Burton's Beetlejuice last year.
Okay. Exciting stuff. Well, and thank you so much for sharing what we should be watching this summer. We're going to leave you with a look at Wednesday. Season 2 is out this August on Netflix. Thanks to you at home for watching. See you next time.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens.
Anything else on your person?
Brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
You care to explain this?